Well, thanks for having me, everyone. My name is Somen Mondal, and I'm from a company called Ideal.com. So if you're a salesperson and you're looking for the perfect career, or you're looking for sales tips, or you're looking for career advice, go to Ideal.com. But I'm not here to talk about Ideal.com. I'm here to talk about my first company. Field ID. I'm here to talk about closing the biggest deal ever, selling my company. So, a lot of times you read about growth hacking, sales, and marketing, but you never really learn about what it takes to sell a company, or what's the emotional roller coaster that it takes to sell a company. So I've divided it out into 3 stages. Stage 1, the approach. Stage 2, the negotiation. And stage 3, the close. Now, if you can take away 3 lessons today, lesson number 1, good companies aren't sold, and I'll explain all of these. Number 2, timing is everything. And number 3, selling a company is not a science, not like sales, it's an art. So let's go to stage 1, the approach. Like all good companies, we were at a trade show. We were just, hawking our software, and then a company came up to us and said, hey guys, we want to partner with you. Okay, so tip number 1, when a company wants to partner with you, a lot of times that means they want to buy you. So that was our first approach. They said, okay, we want to partner with you guys. It took a couple of months, and then we got an interesting phone call. The VP came to us and said, hey guys, I need to meet with your company because of these partnership talks, but you know what? I only want to talk to you and the other co-founder. Don't let anyone in, and I'm going to take the private plane to come meet you. So right away in my head, I was like, wait, something's up. So we had this private meeting with the VP, me and my co-founder, and then he casually says, you know what, guys, these partnership talks are going really well. Are you open to us maybe buying your company? And then I look at my partner, like trying not to smile. And we're like, okay, you know what? Okay, we'll think about it. And that's the approach. Saying all that, our company was never for sale. So a lot of people kind of talk about how they build a company to sell. Our goal was to increase revenue and increase customer service, increase customer happiness. So I'll continue to say this. Our company was approached. We were never for sale, and good companies are never sold. They're bought. So at this point, this is where timing was kind of everything. One company approached us to buy us, and this is kind of where we got a little lucky. In the span of 3 months, 2 other companies approached us and said the exact same thing. You know what? We want to partner with you guys. You know what? We actually want to buy you guys. So we're kind of moving on to stage 2, the negotiation. So at this point, we have 3 companies that want to buy us. And here's tip number 2. When you have 3 companies wanting to buy you, you need to hire an investment banker. So why do you need to hire an investment banker? So think of it this way. You're the CEO of the company. Your job is to sell the vision of both companies together. In the back of your mind, you might be like, you know what? I want to get the most money possible. That's what the investment banker does. Think of it as good cop, bad cop. You got to play the good cop. Oh, I want to work with you guys. I think both companies together are going to be great. And the bad cop, the investment banker, is like, you know what? There's another company that's going to buy this. You're going to lose the property. You need to put in 10, 20, whatever $1 million more to get this deal done. So just a quick story. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time. It's kind of like dating, because the opposite company really wants to kind of show you that they want to buy you. So this company is like, you know what? We've loved what you're doing, but why don't you come see what we're doing? And we're like, okay, tell us when to come. We'll take a plane over. We're like, no. We'll send the private jet over to pick you up. And like, I only fly economy. I'm from Mississauga. We don't fly in private planes. So me and my business partner, we don't know what we're doing. We come 2 hours to the airport beforehand, and they're like, what are you doing here so early? Like, don't we have to check in? Like, no, your plane comes and you get on it. You don't need to go through security. So tip number 3, if you're on a private plane, don't go 2 hours before to the airport. So let me skip on to the close. So we went through this negotiating. Think of it as this dating phase. And then the final step is an art. It comes down to yourself and the CEO of the opposite line. So I'm going to replay how this, forget about the bankers. When it comes down to it, you're talking to whoever's making the purchase at the opposite side. And this is how the call went. Hey, John, I'm not screwing you around anymore. John was the CEO of the other company. If you can bring the purchase price up X amount more dollars, I guarantee you, you will have the company. I'm not joking around. If you can commit to X amount of more dollars, I promise you, the company will be yours. And that's it. And with that, the company was sold December 17, 2012. The money was transferred. I bought the Ferrari, and everything is history. So again, if I can leave you with three things: good companies aren't sold, timing is everything, and selling a company is truly an art, not a science. Thank you. All right, who's got some questions? Yep.
So one of your points was that timing is everything. Is that completely passive, or is there anything you do to influence that?
So the question is timing everything? And I didn't get that question, man.
Hey, thanks. So one of your questions was timing is everything, or one of your points was timing is everything. Is that completely passive, or is this something that you can have an influence on?
In my opinion and in my experience, we were passive. We weren't actively trying to sell the company. So for us, timing worked out because 3 other companies in total wanted to buy us. That's why timing worked for us. But it could mean a multitude of things. Timing could also mean, the economy. So another thing for timing is when the deal is done, there's a couple of weeks that go by to sign papers. Timing is everything. What happens if the CEO gets hit by a bus? That's why you hear investment bankers working around the clock, because they gotta close that deal as quickly as possible. So there's a couple of factors around that. Hope that answers your question.
You mentioned the negotiation being like dating. And then, sometimes when you break up, you kind of feel like regrets. Did you at any point feel a regret when you let it go? Like, oh, I wish I still had the company? Or was it like you were happy and you moved on?
That's a great question. In the beginning, when they just approached us to sell the company, it was, it's exciting because you read about it. I think it would have been fine if nothing happened at that point. But this is not a short process. This whole process, I kind of compressed it. It took about a year. I would personally say if we didn't close the deal after the year, I would be devastated. I would be very upset. Now, I think the purchase price was fair, and I think everyone got a fair deal, so I'm not upset at all that the company's no longer mine. I mean, the company operates without me still in Toronto, and if I walked into the door, they probably wouldn't know who I was. It's totally weird, right? So, but I'd rather have the Ferrari. One last question. Unless there's no more questions, jeez.
What kind of Ferrari?
Okay, good question. I got because I drove it in the winter, I got an FF, Ferrari FF. Yeah. All right, thank you.